as a young professional with a lot of knowledge and experience, first off, how would you recommend people go about becoming data driven, become a data professional so they can become a better cyber professional, or become a cyber professional and learn how to be a data professional? And with that, especially answer it from the perspective of a female, right? I mean, I'm not a minority in this community, right? I'm a very, middle-aged white guy along with a bunch of others. And I think we need more diversity. And I think you hit that on the head.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there's a lot of parts to that question. The first thing I would say, about becoming data driven, there's two different things. So if you want to be data driven in your cybersecurity organization or in your your business at all, it has to come from the top. You need data champions at the top levels advocating to be data driven. Otherwise, it will not catch on and it will not take effect. So as a business standpoint, it has to come from executives from the top. It has to be supported with data advocates. From a more personal level, if you want to be data driven, it's all about just learning how to analyze data from a business perspective, in my opinion. I think the best data analysts are partly technical. They can, code in Python when needed. I can get down and dirty with Python if I have to, right? And they know SQL and they know data, but they are also not the most technical people. I would never call myself a great coder by any means. I don't think I'm the person who knows the most about cybersecurity either. I am a translator. I translate data, technical data, into business outcomes that I can explain to someone who is not technical at all or who is not a statistician. And that's how you become data driven as a person. You need to find where you can sit in the middle and understand the data, but use a business first approach. So think of yourself always as a technical translator. So those are the best data professionals in my mind, people who aren't too technical but enjoy it a bit. And then as a female, I think in cybersecurity as a whole, like, it's not great. I'm not going to sugarcoat that at all. I frequently go to conferences, speak at conferences. I'll visit clients and there's a meeting of 10 of us and I'm the only female, or I'm always the only one on the Zoom call. And in a conference, there's 3 out of 200. So as much as I want to say that the industry is making progress, and where I do think we're making progress is in, I don't think we're as prejudiced toward the women who are here now. They're not quite as looked down upon as maybe they used to be. However, the numbers, the data behind it, right, of how many women to each man is really not getting that much better, in my opinion. So being a data professional in cybersecurity as a female, the thing that I come across is that they're like, oh, well, that makes sense. Like, you're not actually in cybersecurity, you're a data person. It's like, well, I'm both, or it's like they kind of want to maybe justify how a young female could be in a certain part of her career, right, in cybersecurity. And I think sometimes the justification is, oh, they're not that technical, right? Or, oh, they're more on the business side or this or that. And so that's the number one thing I would say that I kind of come across. And you just kind of have to deal with it, I guess. I haven't found, I love getting involved in women in tech, women in cybersecurity organizations, and I absolutely want to help change. It's actually something I'm really passionate about, but I have not found an answer. Like, it's a really tough question, especially as being someone who's a hiring manager now and can hire people, right? Like, I'm never going to just hire someone because they're a female, but how do you give women more opportunities without making it unfair? It's just a really tough question. I think that people assume that women have the answers, but it's hard to say. We have the problem for sure, but to have the answer, I don't really know that anyone does. So I definitely just try to get involved. To any cybersecurity companies who might be watching this, I definitely recommend going to different women in tech or women in computing conferences to do recruiting. There's a couple of great ones like Grace Hopper or Women in Cybersecurity, WISIS, that you can find all these women, female professionals or students, looking for internships in the tech space. And that's a great one that I recommend to do if you're looking to get a little bit more diversity in your company. But yeah, we're a long, long ways away from where we need to be.